Hello, welcome, welcome. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Beyond Small Talk every Thursday at the 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Hour. How is everyone doing today? Welcome. My name is Jackie Janik, and I am a women's empowerment coach, helping women uncover their purpose and define their own path in the world. And today you are watching Beyond Small Talk, real women, real conversations, elevating womankind one talk at a time. So excited to have my co-host here today. Her name is Tania, and her handle is Tania, and her handle is Sterl on Style. And Sterl on Style, guess what we'll be talking about today? We're talking about style your desires. So what does this mean? Women today, what does our look mean to us? What does our look mean to the world? We're going to go on defining your own style. Why is it important for women? And does the outside really affect the inside? I love fashion. There's some women that don't, but I truly, truly love fashion. So today I'm so excited to have Tania on. So we're just waiting for her to join, and I think she started her own live instead of joining this live. Sometimes when we go live on IG, there she is. Hi, Tania. We're getting you on right now, girl. And so excited to have Tania on. Fashion and style and how women dress. And it means more than just what you're wearing. So we're waiting for Tania. Hey, hi.
Hello, hello. Yeah, I went
How
live
are
on mine so I could announce this live.
Oh, yeah, I saw you live on yours. I was like, wait a minute, Tania. What are we doing? How are
I'm
you?
I'm here. I'm good. How are you? I'm gonna take my glasses off now because the little ring light reflects in my glasses. I'm so good. How are you?
Good, good. And today you inspired even what I was wearing. I was like, let me think, because I've seen some of your past. Tania has a great tea time with Tania on Tuesdays.
Yes.
And I remember in the beginning of the pandemic, you were talking about Zoom calls and, what to wear on a Zoom call or the background and all these things. So I was thinking today, stepping out of my normal, I always wear black. Let me try a nice solid color that works. So
I love
thank
this
you.
pumpkin orange color, and it's also very seasonal for like the fall season right now. And I love your necklace. That's a beautiful color for you. It makes your cheeks glow.
Thank you. I tried a little pop. So today we are talking about style your desires with Tania, and I'm merging like my favorite things, fashion and women empowerment, together in one with Tania. So excited. So let's dive in. First question for you is, how do you define style? Like, how do you define style?
Yeah, style is the highest visual expression of oneself. We use our style to express ourselves, communicate. We use our style to celebrate who we are. And style is unique and can be translated very differently depending on one's unique personality, lifestyle, what message. But for me, style is an expression. Style is all about self-expression.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, I've been in yeah, I feel the same way. And I tend to, and I'm putting it all out there totally, that I get a little judgy with people's style. So I feel like if you're like, I'm totally being transparent here. And I admit that if I see someone wearing a certain thing, I usually have some sort of judgment or perception of their being. So particularly in the work environment, I might be a little more old school, just a tad. I mean, I wear jeans to work with rips. My whole owner of the company was always like, can't you get just, don't we pay you to get regular jeans without the rips? And I'm like, Henry, this is called fashion. So why is it important for women? Why should we care about our style?
hmm Well, it's interesting to your point. Our style does explain who we are, and other people are making those instant judgments or assumptions or criticisms based on how we're showing up. So for me, it's, and what I, explain to my clients and my workshops and when I'm working with them is you've got to boil it down to, what's your current situation? What's your role? What's your goal? And how are you going to dress in a way that's going to let you be seen in the way that you want to be seen? Maybe at work you feel like you're not being taken seriously. Or maybe why are you getting passed over on LinkedIn or Instagram, right? So it's really about using your style as a tool. Like we've got all these tools in our toolkit. We've got our resume, we've got our LinkedIn, we've got our Instagram, we've got all these different ways to express and present ourselves. But really one style, it is something we have relative control over as well. Like what we decided, like you took control. You were like, I'm interviewing Tania. We're going to talk about style. I'm going to show up stylish. You should see how many, when live events were still happening, they'd be like, Tania, I knew you were going to be here, so I made sure to wear a little something extra. And I'm like, well, that should just be happening on a daily basis, not just is Sterl on style in the room. So it's really about dressing with intention, asking yourself, whom do you need to inspire that day? Whom do you need to impress that day? And really taking control of your image. And everyone's work environment is different. You work in a creative work environment, right? With the eyewear company and you do graphic design. So you should be able to get away with wearing something a little more creative at work. But let's say I'm styling, my corporate lawyers or my financial advisors. There's a little bit more serious where their clients need to see them as being responsible for their financial well-being. So it's so different for everyone, but really it's a tool. And we should all recognize that it's one of the few things we actually have control over these days.
Yeah, which is so that
show up as.
that's such a great point. Like we have, well, yeah, there's so
Whitney,
many.
I just noticed Whitney joined us. Sorry to talk over you. Go ahead.
No, that's no worries. Yanni's on too, and she was like, "I'm sure you have fashionable jeans." I do, Yanni. Thank you so much. They're properly fitted. They just have rips on it because I feel like you're saying, that expresses who I am. While I do feel like I am a professional person and I do know when to take things seriously, I also have a bit of this creative and fun side. Like I'm not always so serious, and I feel like that's how I represent myself. I mean, then I put on a blazer with it, so it's not like sweatshirts, sneakers, and I do wear sneakers to work too, but I make sure that they're clean. And, so I think we can incorporate ourselves into our style. So I guess my next question is like, how do we determine, because it really goes deeper. This is what I was trying to get across. Like fashion and style is deeper than like, oh, what's in style and I'm wearing it. It's like, how do you want to represent yourself, you said? How do you want to inspire others, impress others, and take control of how people are perceiving you? That's so interesting. What is like a good question that we can ask ourselves when we're deciding about like our style, either for the day or the event or whatever?
Yes. So lately it's interesting because while we're doing this while we're doing this Instagram live, we're coming off of 6 months of lockdown and COVID. And for a lot of people, they're like, who am I? How am I? There's been this like all these existential like crisis, right? So it is a time to really delve deep and ask yourself, what are your new goals, or what is your identity now, or what are those sides of yourself that have gone unexpressed? I did a consultation call with a woman who had a background in finance, had lived in London. Now she lives in New York City, but she was also a hairstylist. So she was like, how do I dress myself for interviews, right? So it does come down to asking yourself and being very clear, what's your current situation? What's my current role? And what's my goal for kind of the immediate future? This isn't about like 3 to 5 year long-term goals. Right now, we just need to know how to survive and thrive through the next like 3 to 6 months, because every week, every month brings new information and things are changing around us. So you really have to ask yourself, like, what's my current role And what's my goal? Is it keeping my job? Is it searching for a new job? Is it changing my career? Is it, oh my gosh, now I have to embrace social media even more, show up for Zoom calls, do more speaking engagements, do more videos. Like, ask yourself those things, and then use your style to make you both magnetic and memorable. And how do you do that? By asking yourself, what makes you different? What is it? I styled 5 different lawyers, but they all have a different approach to their work. I have 2 clients who are in marketing, different approach to their work. 2 of my clients are photographers. One does food, one does fashion, different approach to work. So you have to ask yourself, what is it about you that stands out? What differentiates you? Like for me, I'm bold, I'm vibrant, but I'm also a really good listener and caring. So I bring that out through my style. But there might be some people on this call that are the more understated, behind the scenes. They don't need their style to be super flashy. They just make it all about like the sleek turtleneck, glasses, and make you stand out. Are you the humorous one? Are you the serious? Are you the one that offers? Keywords are a telltale into your personal style. I always like to say, start with those adjectives and those defining words. Some of us are too close to it. Ask a good friend, ask a trusted friend, ask a good friend. Hey, in 3 to 5 words or 3 to 5 adjectives, how you describe me, my personality, my approach to work. Then you can use those words and find the colors, the style, the glasses, the accessories that give expression to those words. Oh, what's going on
That
with
is
my
such a
Wi-Fi
good.
here?
Yeah, I
Ooh,
don't know if
I'm
it's
cutting in
yours
and
or
out a little
mine, but
bit.
it was going
Sorry.
to. Yeah, I still heard you, and that was a great tip. Like, ask a friend. Give me 3 to 5 adjectives that would describe you, and then use that within your style. So I'm trying to think, like, what do people describe myself as? I see my mother's on here, and she could tell me, but I was like, give me a word, Ma. How do you describe me? But I don't think she knows how to type in an answer question. I'm just making fun of my mom. But
It's so good. I'm
so
so glad
sometimes.
your mom is here. I was on a Zoom with my mom Monday night.
Really? Yeah, my
Yes.
mom's I'm calling her out again, 77, so I'm really happy that she's learning how to
So's
use
my
IG
mom.
Live and support it. Yeah.
My mom just turned
And by
77
the way,
too. I love it. Welcome, Jackie's
yeah,
mom.
it's so sweet of the support. Oh, thank you. And she's the one who taught me how to do eyeshadow, and I still do it to this day. I love um I do like makeup, and I feel like this is, I don't know, I enjoy it. And she's the one who taught me to put eyeshadow on, so we have the same eyeshadow look. Anyway, so I love that. So say if someone says you're bold, I think I'm kind of out there. I'm an extrovert. I like to talk to people and get to know people, but I'm not like whimsical. So I think like understanding those adjectives. So it's like, while I'm bold and I might put on like a big necklace, or I love my gold hoops, I live in gold hoops, I'm not exactly like a print girl, or I'm not necessarily a flowery kind of boho-ish girl. Like I guess when you figure out those things about yourself, then the next step, like you said, is then you go on the search for items to match that. So
Well,
when we
even
do go on
before,
that.
sorry, I'm
Mhm.
gonna dive in here too.
Yeah.
You've summed it up beautifully. But even before going to search out the items, what I strongly suggest is to either create a vision board, either live in person with like magazine tears, and just let your mind flow. Is there a color that catches your eye? Is there a boot or
Oh.
a shoe that catches your eye? Or you can use Pinterest. Once you have these defining words, style is visual. Look for these visual cues. Like I have this vision board. I have my other vision board on my wall there. Like I have like 5 vision boards in my office. So before you shop, before you look at your closet, before you look at your wardrobe, take that time. What's my role? What's my goal? What are my defining words? Then explore. I call it your fashion fantasy hour. Pour yourself a wine, pour
Oh.
yourself a tea, and just let yourself get creative with yourself. Page through the magazines, and all of a sudden you're gonna be like, "Ooh, I never knew I'd want to wear like a leopard brooch or whatever it has." Gather some images, then you have the lens to then look at your own wardrobe through a new lens. Before you go shopping, decide like, oh my gosh, I really love leopard print. Maybe you need a pair of leopard print flats, right? This isn't about like, oh my gosh, I'm a whole new person and need a whole new wardrobe. It's just like, just what you said. What are those adjectives? Then create like a fashion fantasy board, a vision board for yourself. Then look at your own wardrobe and go, ooh, based on this, you know, what from my wardrobe is speaking to this new expression of myself? That's where I start with my clients. People are always like, oh, so do you go into people's closets and tell them like, don't wear this, don't wear this? I'm like, no. How can I go into someone's closet and tell them what to get rid of or not before I've gotten to know who that person is, how they are, their adjectives, their brand, their style? So do that for yourself as well. That's my first step with all my clients, is defining those words and then creating a vision board, either with magazines or on Pinterest. Then we have the lens to look at the wardrobe, plan the shopping. Like, I just got this new bomber jacket. Why? Because I was like, I need a bomber jacket, but I want one with like more edge and more frill in it. It wasn't about buying a lot of new things.
That is so smart, because I mean, I tend to be a more of a visual person, so if I have to say it, but also then I know I have a great friend, my friend Nicole. She tells me she's a mannequin shopper. That's how she describes herself. She's like, if it's on a mannequin, I buy it. But I was like, but how do you know that mannequin is exactly there for you? But this is a great tool and exercise for her to do, or somebody exactly. And I feel like you can do this if you really do kind of like already think you know your style, or have no idea of your style, or want to reevaluate your style because you evolve too. Like, you know, what I was wearing at 20 and what I was doing then, or my intentions and goals, is way different. And so is my body at 44. It happens, right?
Absolutely.
Our bodies
Absolutely. And
changes.
that's why I love working with women, because I feel like as women, or female identified, pronouns she, her, go through more profound changes as we age in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Our hair change, our body changes, our hair color changes, our jobs and careers change, our roles change. I wasn't a mother, now I'm a mother now. Like, I work with so many different clients with so many different roles, right? A woman is a caregiver, she's a worker, she's an advocate, she's a creative, she's a cook, right? And women go through more profound changes in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. And no one tells you when you're 20, honey, your body's going to change. Like, no one tells you that.
No one tells you that. It's so
Right?
upsetting. That's why, sorry to cut you off, but I'm so passionate about telling women, and why I have 2 episodes and another one coming called You and Your Lady Parts. Because nobody told me by the time I got to 44 what this whole perimenopause, I don't even know what perimenopause was. And I have, you know, like women I talk to and work with in their 20s, and they look at me and I said, I look just like you. I looked just like you, and said, what? She's 40. She's so old. And I said the same thing. And now at 44, lo and behold, I'm learning more about my body and like what happens, but I want to like help women to be prepared for the, you know, what's going to happen. And my other tips are, it's around fashion and beauty. I tell women at a young age, take care of your skin, especially under the eyes. Like, you cannot be too young to start using some cream and take care of your skin. Sorry, that was my soapbox.
I love that. No, and it's so true, because style is also about self-care. So to your point
Mm-hmm.
of ladies, taking care of our style is also taking care of our self-care. I mean, if you show up on Zoom with like no makeup, looking like you just rolled out of bed, your hair's in a mess, you're still wearing pajamas, like that affects your own energy and mood as well as the people on the call. So to your point, Jackie, style, self-care, beauty, makeup is not superficial. These are ways that
Mm-hmm.
we can just show that we cared enough about ourselves. And when we show that we cared enough about ourselves to, right, put the little eye cream or put the little lipstick or put a little something on. And it doesn't mean we have to look all perfect all the time, but it's just that hint of self-care that's going to, like you said, as we age, you're 44, I'm 48, is going to be a way we can continue to take care of ourselves. So self-care is, at a baseline, our style routine, your morning routine, all this plays into taking care of ourselves so we can continue to age gracefully. Most of my clients I work with are over 40, because once we hit 40, 50, 60s, even I have clients in their 70s, our bodies change, our feet change. And it's like so important to take care of your style as your self-care, because it makes you feel good too. We have to continue to feel fabulous through all the ages. I mean, look at Jane Fonda. My gosh, like,
Yeah.
she's amazing.
And it's right because it's, I have particularly struggled with body image and especially after having my daughter who, everyone, she'll be 8 tomorrow. Oh my
Your
God. I have
beautiful
an
daughter,
8-year-old.
happy birthday.
Thank you. And early, yeah, so she'll be 8. And I was like, you see, or I see a lot of celebrities like bounce back like this. And it's like they started like this, they went like this, and now they're back like this. And I'm like, that's not real life. And I don't think, particularly I had Sophie a little later, that my body just didn't like go back. It's a new body. And I am still in the process of learning how to dress this new body. And I tend to cover up. I wish my friend Jonna was on here. She's always like, you always cover up, Jackie. Show a little something, like show a little skin, like just, embrace who your body is, it is now. And I mean, that's something, totally honest, I'm still working on. Do you have any tips like how to help women when you dress them to embrace their shape, or any little tip on maybe something they can wear if they're more, full figured, or I don't know. I mean, I have more of my area is more of the middle section.
So you're what I call rich in the middle, because we as women, we just carry our riches in different areas of our body. We can be rich on top, we can be rich in the middle, we can be
I'm
rich on
rich
the
in there.
bottom, we can be rich all over. Jackie, I just want to ask you, the connection's really poor on my end. Do you see me? Is my video okay? Yari, can you
Yeah,
focus on this? Because I might move closer to my Wi-Fi.
you maybe I can see you. It just goes in and out. Like sometimes you pause, but I can always hear you. So that's the good part. Like I can always hear your
See if
awesome
I can
insights.
move.
It's just I can't.
I'm going to see if I can move closer to my Wi-Fi, if that's going to help the connection, just so that we don't create so much distraction. So the question was, what can we do in terms of dressing our bodies? So as women, our bodies are going to change. And I say that there's the 4 H's. It's based on our heredity, our hormones, our happiness, and our health. Heredity, whatever build or shape our mother or father is in, will tend to be the body shape that we will kind of like grow into, right, as we age. So it's about acceptance. You might not love your body, you might not like certain areas of your body, but it's just about learning to accept where your body is at, and learning to work with it. So that's heredity. Hormones, before and after you have a baby. We were talking about menopause, perimenopausal. Our body is going to change again. So again, work with it. Our happiness and our health, depending on how much sleep we're getting, how we're eating, this can also affect how our bodies change. I work with women that fluctuate between 2 sizes in a given month. So it's about accepting where you're at, asking yourself, are you healthy in terms of energy level, movement? Because when I first start working with a client, they're always like, I just need to lose 5 pounds and then I'll look great in my clothes. Or I just need to lose 10 pounds or 15 pounds and then I'll look good in my clothes. I'm like, no, honey, we're going to work with what we have now, because I want you to feel good in your body now. I want you to look in the mirror in your clothes and have something on and be like, bam, I feel good. And again, I have some clients who will never love their body. Like, I do have some clients like that. So this isn't some unrealistic, like, ooh, everyone just has to love their body all the time. It's about acceptance, embracing, working with what you have, and do highlight those areas that you do love. Maybe it's your eyes, your lips, your hips, your neckline, your legs. Like, everyone has an area of their body that's absolutely beautiful and should be highlighted and celebrated. So if you're rich on top, you know, watch the neckline. You don't want things too low. If you're fuller on the bottom, wear A-line skirts or flowy pants. If you're rich in the middle, wear sheath dresses or like cool sweater dresses that like fall straight on the body. So like I said, even if you're at a point, especially COVID, everyone's talking about the COVID-15, the 15
Mm-hmm.
pounds that they've gained through COVID. It's then get yourself 5 items. Get yourself great fitting pants. Get yourself some tops and blouses and sweaters that are going to make you feel good in your body now. Look at that beautiful orange color sweater you have. It's so beautiful. So it's about accepting, giving yourself a little forgiveness and body love, but working with what you got.
Yeah, that's a great point because there has to be one thing that you like about yourself, right? Like there has to be one. So I like that. Focus on what you like. You know, I do like makeup, so I like eyes and things like that. So I want to draw up. I want people to look here, not my rich in the middle. I love that. That is so good. I don't want to focus on my rich in the middle. So focus on I mean, everyone who's listening beyond small talk right now, you must take down. Tanya's giving us so much tips. I've been writing this all down because you're going to go through changes in your health. And let me tell you all, you're going to get some menopause going on and or you're going to have a baby or you're just, I don't know, COVID is going to happen. And then all of a sudden you feel the change in your weight. And it's like, what am I going to wear today to feel good? I can't wait for that 5 pounds, that 10 pounds. I can't wait for that. Like, I want to feel good now. So what does that look like? That's great tips. And then how about if you get people say to you, well, I don't have that much of a budget. I don't have that much, cash that I can throw at. What would you suggest them to do?
Yeah, and I'm so sorry. I don't know why the connection is so bad. I'm on the Wi-Fi, and I'm sorry if I'm breaking up and you're breaking up. Um,
Oh, I'm breaking up for you too?
yeah, so I don't know if it's my connection or your connection. So for those listening, I'm so sorry. I'm on my Wi-Fi, and I don't know what more to do to make the
Yeah, I
connection.
know. I'm on Wi-Fi as well, and like I haven't moved, and I always do it right here because I know like my IG, so I can still hear you, which is good. It's just that the video goes a
Yeah,
little
I'm
bit
sorry.
in and out.
I'm going to move closer to my Wi-Fi as well. I'm so sorry, people listening. I don't know why my connection is so poor. But so in terms of planning your shopping on a budget, so it's not about going out and buying a bunch of new things. Every season, you should say, what do I need to dress for the next 3 months? What events are coming up for me? What does my lifestyle look like? Am I working from home? Do I want some cute outfits for dining out? Am I totally sick and tired of my shoes that are hurting my feet? Like, be conscientious about it. Every quarter, 4 times a year, as the seasons change, ask yourself, what does the next 3 months look like? Look at your wardrobe and think like, ooh, what's missing? Do I need like a fun new, sweater with a new pattern? Or do I need some cool like combat boots? This way you can be strategic. You can shop strategically and with a plan. So I like to just identify those top 5 items every season that I'm like, ooh, I need a little something new and different in my wardrobe. And then you can be more strategic and name your price point. Like, ooh, I want a new bomber jacket, but I don't want to spend more than $100. Or I want some cool combat boots that look like Doc Martens, but I don't want to spend more than $200. This way you can plan your shopping, plan your price point, and let me tell you, I have had miracles happen with myself and my clients. I get as thrilled shopping for my clients, getting things on sale as I do for myself. But it isn't to say that you shouldn't spend a little more money on certain items that are really cool or really unique or really special. Like I'm wearing one of my favorite designers. Her name is Aisha, New York. This
Mm-hmm.
is her signature bird
Great.
bomber. So she does have a special on it this month. So I snatched it up. But I'm going to pair this back with like a t-shirt from the Gap or some simple jeans, right? So you don't have to spend a lot on every item, but leather goods, really unique pieces, supporting local designers. That's where you want to put your money. And then you can blend high-low. That's what I do with my clients. Get t-shirts from H&M, get jeans from Old Navy, and then mix it up so that you don't have to spend a lot on your wardrobe.
Yeah, that's such a great tip. I'm very intentional and conscious now of where I'm buying and spending my money. So I'm all about supporting women-owned businesses. And that's where this top is from, Style in Motion. Shop at Style in Motion Shop. She has been helping me dress and kind of um, step into like color and things for me. And then, like you said, I've been filling in like my jeans or H&M or things like that. But then I think that's like a nice way to have investment pieces, and then, like pieces that are trend and maybe go in and out, or my jeans more, I might need a few pairs because of that fluctuating during the week, during the month. So then I don't feel as bad spending, $34 on two pairs because I need two different sizes. That's such a smart idea. Thank you.
Exactly.
That's really, really smart. Oh my God, we have so many good takeaways here. But before we end, two questions. One, what do you practice for your self-care? We were talking about self-care. Style and fashion is part of it. What else do you do?
Yeah, I'm a huge self-care practicer and advocate because when I was working in the fashion industry, before I launched my styling business in 2013, I worked as a fashion designer for 18 years. And I would literally get up in the morning, skip breakfast, run to work 9 to 9, and exhaust myself until one morning I passed out cold at my desk. And I was like, yeah, I was young. I was like 28 and all eager in the fashion industry. And it was like, slow down, honey, and take care of your self-care. So it does start in the morning. I don't drink coffee or caffeine. People are shocked. They're like, how can you wake up and not drink coffee or caffeine? I drink 2 glasses of water. It's about pre-hydrating for your entire day. Even for you coffee drinkers, start with 2 glasses of water. You have to pre-hydrate. I do movement in the morning, either yoga or a walk before I get on my computer or my devices. So I get sunshine and nature. And then I also make sure to take a really hot saltwater bath, like bubble bath, at least once a week on a Sunday. It just like draws everything out of my body. It relaxes me. So I kind of have this morning self-care routine and this once a week. But yeah, it can't be just you, the computer, and the phone all the time. You have to like take breaks from it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And if we want to get more of Tanya, where can we find you and what can we do to work with you?
Yes, my dear. So I just wanted to give a shout out. Jackie and I actually met through the She Creates Change and Goddess on the Go community. So I do have a chapter on style in the Goddess on the Go book. Shout out to Leora Edut. I do have a book chapter on style and self-care. So a lot of the things I talked about are in the book, along with, oh my gosh, so many other wonderful experts on, oh my gosh, on food, nutrition, sexiness, all that good stuff. But I am launching a group program called Rediscover Yourself with Style. It's launching November 9th. You can go to my website, sterlonstyle.com. Send me a message. We'll book a call. I'll let you know what the program is all about. It's basically for women who feel like, oh my gosh, who the hell am I the last 6 months? My self-care is gone. I've been in hiding. And it's just time to rediscover yourself. What are those sides of yourself that are going unexpressed? How do you want to play an experiment with your style that's really going to express you? So you can follow me and reach me at Sterl on Style, my website, sterlonstyle.com. And yeah, I'd love to invite you. It's open for 8 women. The launch is tomorrow. It starts November 9th.
I think we just lost her.
I'm so sorry. The connection is so
Sorry.
I don't know why.
I know. I don't know why either. And sometimes it's IG, sometimes it's Wi-Fi. Who knows? It's Mercury in retrograde or something. I
Yes,
don't know. Or
Mercury
it still is, right?
I'll
It
put
is.
my website in the
Um, Yeah, put it in the comments and I will also do that as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Tanya, for joining Beyond Small Talk today. Guys, there it is. And I'll also put it on the link. And if you must listen to this again because the tips are insane. Like I literally have a whole notebook little here of like tips and I can't wait to start my Pinterest board. If anyone wants to see it, I'm happy to share. So you can listen to this again to write down your fashion style, inspire, impress, and take control of your style by listening to Beyond Small Talk on Apple Podcast or Spotify. So go either of those, subscribe, download, follow. Please give some sisters some love over here. Thank you, Tanya, so much. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Jackie.
Don't
It's so fun, like
Thank
chatting
you.
style and self-care with you and reuniting. And yeah, so everyone out there, dare to wear something new. Express yourself with style because it's going to
Thank you. Oh, we keep going in and out. Oh my God. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Everyone, Beyond Small Talk every Thursday at the 4 o'clock hour. Stay tuned for next week. Follow Tania Sterl on Style at Sterl on Style as well. Thank you, everyone. Have a great Thursday. Bye. Bye, Tanya.